Yo, it is the Business Division 2 agents. This your boy Trade 8381 coming at y'all with another division video. Yep, this go around is about the build and the global event and the seasonal event that's going on right now. I had to make this one real quick, just to take a break from my series, which if y'all aren't watching, your boy is on three right now. Like I'm waiting on the weekly, which will be um Roosevelt Island, but I got two in the belt. Been working on the third one. Yes, sir. And I'm loving it right now. But without further ado, I'm not going to make some 20, 30, 40, 50 minute, long video just to explain to y'all. This week's seasonal event is the Redline Overdrive, which you look at the details. It gives you 50% crit damage, 25% crit chance, 25% crit chance cap, 25% magazine, 25% reload speed. You know how to read. That is the Redline ambush. Pretty much, if you stay stationary, you get your DPS magnified. And what does all of that mean? That means that there is one particular build that has actually been what I'm not gonna call it OP, but it is one of those where it's tailor made for Redline, and if you don't know, it is the negotiator's dilemma. This seasonal event actually allows this build to be utilized to its maximum capacity because this build relies heavily on crit chance and crit damage. I.e., the two piece gives you 15% crit chance, the three piece gives you 20% crit chance, and then you get the hostile negotiations, right? Where the critical hit marks uh, enemies for 20 seconds, up to three. If you run into chess pieces, up to five. When you crit, you get a mark, and then anybody you hit after that, they get 60% of the damage dealt to them. Uh, and upon a kill, if you don't know, whenever you mark an enemy in that die, you gain 2% crit damage. That's up to 20 times. So that means you get up to 40% crit damage every time you kill somebody when that mark for Negotiated Dilemma at the bottom of your HUD meter is full. Now, what does all that mean? That means that it doesn't matter what you run. If you don't run it with the backpack, which I recommend you do, but you don't have to, because the backpack gives you not just the marks, but hostile negotiate or the critical measures goes from 60% to 112% damage. Yo, that is almost two times the amount of damage you do without the backpack. So you go from 60 to 112. That means that anybody you hit, they're getting over the damage that you're dealing to them. That's why I recommend the backpack. But what does all that mean? That means that with Redline activated, your critical hit chance and crit damage are boosted with this build. So I really do recommend if you are doing Redline, I mean, if you're on this week and you're trying to find a build to rock, literally rock the Negotiator's Dilemma. It is optimized to its over maximum capacity, and anything that you do after that point. Now, mine on the other hand, I'm running it with crit damage just because 75 to 100% is not a mac is not a huge difference because you that means that literally almost every bullet that you send out is critting. Now you could go to 100%. I can put this build to 100%, and it won't take much to do so but I'm running crit damage on my pieces. So if I swap my pieces out, my mods out, I can get to 100% on this. Oh, I'm tripping. I can get there without that. Let's see. Seska, I'm at 91. So pretty much theoretically, every bullet I send out should be critting, which means that every time I hit somebody, I mark them because remember, with this build, you have to crit to get the mark. Once you mark them, you're doing damage to anybody else. They receive that exact same amount of damage. Now, I could go into a demonstration about this, but I'm not trying to make this video too long. So what I'm gonna do is run over here because I've been doing legendaries all day with this. And I promise you, I'm running through them in seconds. I don't have to worry about anybody on my left because they are all marked and dead. Seriously, this build is it. This is the one you want to rock. Oh, thankfully an elite patrol just popped up on you, boy. I'm gonna wait for them to get close to that door because if I get them right there, they'll spawn right here or whatever manhole they pop up out of this corner. But this is the build you want to rock, and hands down, like it is old to the P. Like I could show you the chest piece. I mean the backpack. Let's go with the backpack. Nah, let's put on that. 97, 214. You see, my critical hit chance has not changed. My critical hit damage has not changed. This build is a monster with this red line. And hands down, this is the one you want to rock. As you can see, with ambush, if you stay stationary, your damage is magnified.
Gonna make you bleed. You're dead.
This makes control points. This makes resource convoys. Anything you put out in front of you, it make redline with ambush makes like all the content pretty much easy. Like I'm talking about. And if you don't know, the reason why I keep pushing this bill is because from day one, when they adjusted it and made it the way it was, this build became my go-to. I run this particular setup minus the coyote mask. I run it with the as you can see that my critical hit damage dropped off just a little bit, but I run it with the catharsis. This is the way I run it all the time, hands down. There is no content I don't do without the negotiator's dilemma. Everything else I test around and try. I do run strikers here and there, but for this event, this is what you want to run. You know, but you don't believe me? Give it a try. Like I said, this seasonal event has optimized Negotiator's Dilemma. This is what you should run. I'm not saying you have to, but if you don't believe me, go out there and give it a try. Like seriously, I can't stress enough with I know everything else like the tinker and what is the tipping scale and the concentrated company and all that looks appealing right now, but this particular seasonal event and ambush is tailor made for Negotiator's Dilemma. But I'm not gonna go any further into all that. This your boy Trade 381. Y'all take it easy. Catch you in the next one.